kind of match them. And that's the way they've been all season long. And we had an opportunity. We got the ball inside the 5. Credit their defense. Made a big hit. We turned the ball over inside the 5. They come back down and score. And they played well. You got to credit Monmouth. They had a really good game plan. They executed it.
51-33 final score, of course. Put that one in the books. You move on to this afternoon. Coming up here, we will hand things off to Ryan Fannin at 3 o'clock for the pregame show. Kickoff between Villanova and William and Mary coming up at 3:30. Beef, we were talking about the winning streak at home here. Mark Ferrante's got himself going something good here as far as home is concerned.
17 in a row at home, second longest active streak in the FCS. So for a team that's dropped 2 in a row, hopefully a good spot to get back on track today. A big-time conference win potential, get that record up to 2-2. Two losses in a row to William and Mary, so looking to get back on the right side of history today.
All right, once again, we are broadcasting live here for Villanova Family Weekend, and we're going to be here till 3 o'clock. We're going to be joined throughout the day with special guests, including head coach Mark Ferrante. I love it. Coach is like, no. If you need me, I'll come down. I got nothing but time to kill before a game, Coach. We'll have you before the game, sir.
He is definitely a people person. You need him, he's there.
And we will be also joined by the head coach of the Villanova women's basketball team, Coach Denise Dillon, and a few players as well will be joining us. Really exciting stuff, Steve. And, look, when it comes to family weekend, I can guarantee Villanova's going to do it right.
Yeah, they do. And we talk about community here a lot, and what's more important than community is your family. And it used to be parents' weekend, but we include everybody. Bring your siblings, bring your aunts, bring your uncles, bring your grandparents, bring whoever you want. And it's really nice, especially for the freshman class that's been here for about a little over a month now, and they get a chance to see their folks, and their families get to come down and see how they're acclimating to college, and some of the older kids get to enjoy an adult beverage here out in the parking lot and have a good time. So it's a lot of fun.
And I was pulling in, and I saw Coach Willard walking out over there. Talked to him for a minute.
Yeah, I got a chance to see both Coach Dillon, who we'll talk to shortly, and Coach Willard, their first practice this week, and a lot of high energy, a lot of communication going on, a lot of excitement around both programs.
I will say this, as far as to Coach Willard, and just from afar, you see it on the timeline a lot. It seems like it's all business. It's all business, and we understand it's a new program for him. He wants to get his everything going, to build his culture, and you only got a short amount of time to do so. But everything that I'm seeing, it just seems like it's a whole new bunch of new players. And, of course, as I said, nothing but business approach.
Yeah, and that's Sean. That's what you meant. That last point's really important. It's all new guys. We bring back 2 players from last year's team, and Perkins and Hodge, who had an academic redshirt, but they're new to Coach Willard. So this is a whole new group. Fortunately, he was able to retain most of his coaching staff, so they understand what he wants to implement and how he wants to go about it. Now it's just getting the players in place to understand the way he wants to play. It's going to be a little bit more up-tempo than Villanova fans might be used to in the past, so a little bit more pressing. You may see some more full-court stuff and a faster-paced offense than we're kind of used to over the years, but it's going to be exciting. He's trying to build the program. Most of the transfers he brought in have multiple years of eligibility. Now you need to retain those guys to keep them, but that is his plan, to try to build a program, not just have a team this year.
Beef, I want to ask you this, because in college football, you see, I think the top 10 teams who had all the transfers this offseason are undefeated at this point in time. It's not even October yet, but should that be the expectations over in college basketball as well?
I think in college basketball, it's a little bit different, because college football, you're bringing in multiple 10 to 12 transfers maybe a year. College basketball, you're bringing in a few key guys at your top, but then a few guys to kind of just fill out the depth at the bottom of the roster. I think it's a great thing for this Villanova program to kind of bring in some new blood, some new players through the transfer portal, because like you were saying, Steve, Kyle Neptune and that program over the past few years, obviously it was kind of an extension of what Jay had built and what Jay was doing in the past. Now you got some new blood in here. Nobody's spot safe. Nobody has earned a spot for Coach Kevin Willard in the past. So you got a bunch of new blood rolling in. Competition should be high, and that should create a really fun kind of atmosphere for this team as they build up towards the season.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Willard this week, he said the physicality of his group, and I said, Coach, you got 1 through 13. Nobody knows who's 1. No one knows who's 13, and they all want to be 1. They certainly want to be 1 through 5. They want to get out there on the court. So he was I might have to tone it back a little bit, but you always rather pull it back than try to energize it and get it out of the guy. So it's early, first week. Coach Willard's still undefeated. He knows it. So from that perspective, everyone's really excited.
I know October, 2 preseason games, if not more, right?
They'll host VCU here, and then they'll go to Virginia. So VCU picked to win the Atlantic 10. Virginia always a strong program in the ACC, so they'll get a good barometer. And then you open up with a top 10 team. But we're going to play BYU out in Las Vegas to open the season, who has the number 1 high school player in the country and a lot coming back from a really good NCAA team. So the preseason schedule is very challenging before they get the Big East play. But you might as well find out what you are and what you have getting into league play.
I like that. All right. Steve Pannone, Ryan Beef Coyle, I'm Sean Brace. We're broadcasting live right outside the stadium. Once again, getting you ready for all things Villanova and William and Mary. That kick is coming your way at 3:30. We'll hand things off to Ryan Fannin at 3 p.m. Couple special guests will be joining us throughout the course of the afternoon. Really exciting time. Beautiful atmosphere. I mean, it just feels like a college football Saturday right now. You're hearing the drum line. The band is getting ready, getting all warmed up over here next to us. If I could, though, I do want to hit a couple big games that we have going off. And, of course, the big one in our somewhat backyard, Penn State. Not really. It's 3 hours away. Anyways, a lot of Penn State fans. That's a big game going off tonight at 7:30. We'll give our takes as far as how we think that one's going to play out. But I do want to squeeze this one in. The bloodbath at Bethpage, Steve Pannone. What in the heck happened in the last 24 hours, if that, up there at Bethpage Black? I woke up this morning and Europe did not miss a putt again. It was just a tough morning.
What's
again.
the old saying? You drive for show and putt for dough. Well, you putt for I guess continent pride in Europe's case, but I was going to say country pride, but it's continent pride.
Yeah.
And it just seems like I think this has kind of been the talk about the Ryder Cup over the years. It just seems to mean more to Europe than it does the American players. They just seem more like a team.
Yeah.
They seem to, this might be going on a limit, but they kind of like each other better. The camaraderie seems stronger that they've put together. I think they've accepted this challenge since they won in Rome 2 years ago. McIlroy was on the stage saying, we're going to win one on the road. And that's the toughest thing to do in golf, was his quote. And they're 3/4 of the way there.
8.5 points to 3.5 points right now. USA was extremely lucky to do what they did in that afternoon session. And heck, even in the morning, it just looked like to what they had to do to get a point, let alone 14.5.
Yeah, really, to get back in this thing, they need 3.5 pretty much. Now, they're kind of, they talk about the Americans are favored in the singles matches on Sunday. I don't even know how they know that when the draw hasn't even been assigned yet. But I guess they feel the Americans have more depth in their singles players. You think that would show up when they're paired up with somebody. It hasn't so far.
No.
But there's been some big comebacks in this. So I guess it's if you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, turn the TV on.
Yeah, it'll be definitely something to pay attention to until it gets ugly. And then I'm like, all right, I'm out. I can't listen to Faldo and everybody else slobbering anymore. Yeah, we got 2 matches off right now. Rory and Shane Lowry versus JT and Cam Young. That's pretty good. Cam Young has been balling out.
Yep.
Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood and versus Scotty and Bryson DeChambeau. So Scotty and DeChambeau teamed up. I'm glad to see Keegan Bradley decided to go with that strategy here. We'll keep you up to date on everything that's happening. I don't know how much we'll be updating that one this afternoon. That's for sure. All right. I do want to hit this real quick, though. Steve, your thoughts of, Penn State offensively in that game, first half, left a lot to be desired. I want to give a lot of credit to Villanova's defense. I thought they played great. But I looked at that game. I came away from that game going, I just don't see Penn State hitting on all cylinders right now. And then my assessment going into tonight's game versus Oregon, this is the game they're going to put it all together. I don't know if that's how we should be looking at it.
Sean, it's interesting. Leaving the game when we were up there, I felt the same way. Pretty much you stole my thunder. But driving home, listening to some of their talk shows up out of the Altoona area, and they were kind of really disappointed in their offense. They haven't been flashing up. The defense is outstanding, and they proved that. Basically, they were 2 shutouts in a row, except for the last play of the game. We make a miraculous catch in the end zone to break the shutout. But I think they win tonight. I don't know what you guys do. And I'll tell you why. I think because it's just everyone's down on them. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't know, Oregon's coming in. They're high-powered offense. They're rolling. Penn State at home, that night whiteout, all that good stuff going on. I like the Nittany Lions tonight.
Yeah, it's a 3.5-point spread. I do think it sets up nicely. This is how they came up with the game plan in the offseason as far as the schedule is concerned. Everything leading up. Oregon played last week versus Oregon State. Not a tough battle, but again, it's a rival. And then, Penn State had the week off, and Penn State had a couple big or easy games to a point.
Yep.
And then so now here they are. Everything is setting up nicely for James Franklin and company. If not tonight, then when?
But they're going to have to score because Oregon will put some points up. I know Penn State's defense is outstanding. I think they met last year in what was the Big Ten championship game, and Oregon kind of ran all over him and threw all over him. So I think the defense of Jim Knowles coming over from Ohio State, that's a big challenge for him today. I think he'll have his guys ready to defend a lot better than they did last year.
All right, here's the deal. We are going to be joined by a couple special guests here. On the other side, we will have head coach of Villanova's women's basketball team, Coach Denise Dillon. We'll have Jasmine Basco, Kylie Watson, and Danae Carter joining us as well. Talking all things Villanova here on Family Week and having some fun up on the main line. Do not touch that dial. More after this.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Beginning Thursday.
Jelly Roll!
Hi, this is Ed Sheeran.
Cool J.
Brian Adams. Make some noise for Tate McRae. Hey, I'm Sammy Hagar.
Mariah Carey.
We have Room 5. Good evening.
Glorilla.
Hey, this is John Fogerty.
Tim McGraw.
And so much more.
See it all at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. Streaming only on Hulu. Beginning Thursday.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Plenty of construction delays today. Westbound on the Vine Expressway, it's packed right across town from 8th over to the Schuylkill with the right lane's closed for road work. East on the Schuylkill, you're jammed from Montgomery Drive to University with the right lane's blocked there by road work. Westbound Schuylkill jam-packed from University all the way out through Girard in the delay at 30th Street, a disabled vehicle. And then further ahead, more delays from City Avenue out to Belmont. That's just volume. Tim James, Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ParkWiz.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at public.com. Go to public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.
Football season is back, yes, but off the field, life can hit even harder at times. Car wreck, slip and fall, work injuries, yeah, they all happen. Don't sit on the sideline after being injured, though. Only one person to call. Call attorney Big Al, 1-800-HURT-123. Big Al gets the job done, and he picks up 24/7. Big Al brings the heat both on and off the field, and he wins. That's the most important part. One more time, 1-800-HURT-123. Call Big Al today.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula? No.
Coffee?
No.
So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo? Absolutely not.
Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No. Call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
Spreads, totals, and all the prop bets in between. It's The Gambler. Coming to you live from Villanova Stadium. This is the Villanova Family Weekend Roadshow.
That's right. We are live here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon right off the main line outside Villanova Stadium, getting you ready for all things Villanova and William and Mary. We got Steve Pannone still sitting with me. And, Steve, we're joined by a couple special guests here. Head coach of the Villanova women's basketball team, Coach Denise Dillon, joining us. And we got Jasmine Bosco as well. Jasmine, how we doing today?
Amazing.
Get that microphone next to you. Yeah, there you go.
Great.
Awesome. Great to have you girls. Thank you very much. Coach,
yes.
Let's talk about this year.
All right.
right around the corner.
Sure is.
Yeah,
Yes.
no off season again.
No, well, we tried. We tried to say there's a stop and start point. Preseason wrapped up last week. We started officially this week. So official practice underway, 3 under our belt.
So this is year number 6 for you.
Yes.
20 plus wins, 4 straight seasons.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
I mean,
some good players. That's what happens. You get good players, you get wins.
and then as far as now heading into this year, everything with the change of college sports,
Right.
just keep on recruiting, hitting the trail.
Exactly. And with the tremendous staff, that's what permits. So they're always working to get the right people in here at Villanova and some good basketball players as well. So it's a great combination.
Coach, I got a chance to stick my head in on practice the other day, watch you guys. I was just mentioning Jazz before we came on. I thought the communication was really gone. Your energy level was really good. Your ability to get some teaching in. Talk about just, you're bringing in some new players every year. That's what it is now in college basketball. Talk a little bit about some of the new pieces you brought in.
Right. Well, that's the biggest thing about it. Just making sure we stay consistent with what the culture's about, and you hear that the communication, just the energy, that they're the things that our players have control over, whatever year they are, and then just having some leadership permits that early in the season. So some new faces. You're going to get a chance to talk with her, Kylie Watson, who's in transfer out of Notre Dame, and then brought in Kelsey Jones out of Iowa State. So 2 veteran players, which really helps, and then 4 freshmen, a set of twins in the Benders, which is great. I think Brooke Bender, everyone's going to enjoy watching her knockdown shots for us. MD is out there. She and Jazz are tearing it up at the point position. I think just challenging each other with some great defense there. And then finish off with Kennedy Henry. So we're throwing her right into the fire. She's been a great, she's made the adjustment real quick from high school to college ball. So excited for what we have in the newcomers. A great addition to Jasmine here, who you're talking to, and Danae, who are doing everything possible just to put us in the best position possible to win.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jasmine, this is a heck of a write-up right here. Named first team All Big East, unanimous selection to the All Big East rookie team, Philadelphia Big 5 Rookie of the Year, and first team All Big 5. It's a heck of a season.
Yeah, it was lots of fun.
I bet. As far as your goals for this upcoming season, when you get a resume like that, a resume builder like that in year 1, what is on, what's next for you as far as the upcoming season? How do you look at that?
Yeah, obviously last year was amazing, but, leaving that in the past now, and there's always room for growth, and the coaches are pushing me really hard to keep going, keep pushing. So we're just adjusting. It's a new team, trying to figure things out early, get things flowing, but I'm really excited for what this year is going to look like.
Steve, your resume look like that?
Never. I didn't have any of that. But Jess, tell us a little bit about your offseason. I know you played with the Canadian national team. Tell us a little bit about your summer.
It was lots of fun. I was out in Czech Republic playing in the U19 World Cup, and it was really challenging. Out of all my years, it was probably the toughest year we've had so far, just with competition. So it was a great learning opportunity for me. Got to play against a lot of tough players, a lot of tough girls, and now see them all in the NCAA. So I think it was really good for me to kind of get my feet wet during the summer.
Coach, as far as Villanova Family Weekend, take us here. And what does it mean to you?
Yeah.
Look, I was saying to Steve earlier, as not in a joking manner, but if there's something that that Villanova does right, it's family.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this just gives our players the example of what we talk about, bringing everyone back. We have a great turnout this weekend. We have a couple tents up on Mendel Field, a lot of parents back, family members. So I love it. I was walking around campus after practice, and this is probably my favorite weekend of the year on campus. Last night, the Philly Pops coming in was unbelievable. What a great show. Father Peter finished it off with singing to everyone, and it was just exciting. And then to see the energy and excitement around campus today. But it just really epitomizes what Villanova is about, bringing everyone together, showing what true community means. And I love for our players to be here and feeling that.
That's great, Coach. We'll talk about your kind of preseason schedule. I'm going to kind of jump forward a little bit to the Big East. Interesting. Obviously, you have the defending national champions coming back in UConn, but a team like Marquette brings back everyone from last year, which it's almost unheard of anymore. Exactly. And just talk a little bit about the league. I know Seton Hall is going to be, I think, will be picked towards the top of the league as well. Talk a little bit about the league and the depth of the league.
Oh, yeah. I think you're going to see some really good basketball in the Big East this year. Last year, obviously, UConn separated themselves from the rest. I think you're going to see a little more of what we had a couple years back with some parity and shrinking that score deficit. So you want to be competitive, but you're seeing it with these other programs. Marquette, they're a great team. I mean, they play hard, play well together. Creighton is always a good basketball. You have the Seton Hall. I feel that you have a little bit more consistency in the players, and then the additions that some of us made are certainly going to elevate the game. So we certainly want to make sure in March Madness that we're well represented with multiple teams in the tournament.
You know, a lot going on campus these days. How about Coach Willard? Does he, picking your brain about anything?
Yeah, it's been great having Coach Willard. I laugh. He's a talker in this sense. Like, he's willing to share. He's always looking to learn. So going back and forth, especially with this environment and him being new to Villanova, but very familiar with the Big East and what needs to happen. And his respect for this program. I know he and Jay are buds, but he just has the utmost respect for this program and wants to bring it back to its prominence. So I feel really good about what he's doing and his staff. Really good group of guys.
And I said a lot going on as far as the campus. I know the roommate show. You made an appearance, didn't you? Were you there?
Yeah, it was fun. It was
with Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. So
hanging with Kelsey.
That's what you need to talk to Jazz about.
That's where we're going next.
Yeah, her favorite guy. So
okay.
It was really cool to have them back on campus and our team to get to meet with them and talk. And Kelsey, a big fan of the Birds. So we make all of our
darn right
our non-Philly players. We convince them how important it is to love on the Birds and Phillies around here.
All right, Jess. Before we let you go, I got a two-parter for you. One is, I did find out through the grapevine you're a Jalen Brunson fan. We'll talk about that. Then I want to talk about a game that we're going to play on the 9th of November up in Toronto and what that means to you.
Ooh.
So let's start. Where did the affection towards Jalen Brunson come from?
Just always watching him growing up. I mean, small guard. I kind of saw myself in him, and then obviously committing to Villanova, came here. I was like, wow, like it's just meant to be. So I just always idolized him. I think he's just a great player, a great guy. I mean, I got to speak to him, and I was starstruck, and he was like, I'm just a normal guy. And I was like, you're not to me, but like, no, he was super cool. So I was really grateful to get to meet him.
He is that. I had the opportunity to cover him while he was here, and he was always that way. And I'm glad you guys have gotten that opportunity to kind of connect. And let's talk about it. You got an opportunity to play in your hometown. VCU, a very good team, got a real good game. Talk about what it means to be able to go home and play in front of your home fans.
It means everything. I mean, my family comes out to the games all the time, but it's tough for certain people to come. So just the opportunity for some people that haven't been able to come out to a game to be there, see me play in person, see the team play, means a lot to me. And then VCU has a couple Canadians too, so they get the chance to play at home as well.
I was gonna say, Denise, Canada's been pretty good to you up there in terms of recruiting. So is it just the growth of the game there, a certain connection you guys have? How is that kind of recruiting pipeline come together?
Yeah, it definitely, the growth of Canadian basketball has I've watched it the last 15 years. It's really taken off in the last 10. Just putting the time and effort into it, and that's why Jazz playing some of the best basketball internationally with them. So them growing the game, and then of course it's about the relationships with programs up there and coaches. Give Michelle Baker-Sword a lot of credit. We had a great Canadian basketball player in Keishana Washington at Drexel, and just continued with that pipeline, getting Jazz in, and now MD. So, we want to see that continue to grow.
Yeah, we had a heated debate. We had a debate about Jalen Brunson in the studio yesterday, as a matter of fact, with the ESPN Top 100. My guy was being disrespected. He was 10th on the list. Look, I love and respect the guys like LeBron James and Kevin Durant, but this isn't a collective. This isn't, career. Jalen Brunson put a team on his back past 2 seasons and made the playoffs, so on and so forth. Anyways, good discussion to get into with Jalen Brunson. Jazz, we'll have to get you on sometime to talk about that. Coach, take us in. Again, I know preseason is here, ready to go. Your expectations this year, how do you approach a season? I know players will set the goals. What's the goal that you have?
Yeah, well, our goal is to get better every day together. Just as Jazz was saying, a lot of new faces and just figuring out what you are capable of doing. And then the standard is high. The expectation is high, as it should be. You want to be better than you were the previous year. And a little chip on our shoulder, not getting into the tournament, realizing a couple games that we coughed up that we certainly needed. And So just keeping that in mind. And I think that's the motivation behind each practice and game prep. The results will take care of themselves if they stay committed to the system, the style, what we're looking to do, and just getting better every day.
Getting the kids out there, support the program, showing up.
Yeah, that's what we need. The students, they can't be fair weather fans. We need them there night in and night out. So
it's a big difference.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, having that support. But I think it's also just the relationships that our players, we get really good support from the other sports, and I think it's the same, us coming out to football, getting out there, soccer, cross, whatever it may be. But just getting the student body involved as well.
No, you're right about that. And again, with Family Weekend, that's something I did learn last year. A lot of the coaches will be going to like lacrosse games. Coach Ferrante was saying that he's soccer. I think that's really cool. And it's definitely something that, breeds a good culture.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Sean, Coach Dillon was talking about her Eagles and her Phillies. We're going to bring a Philly girl up here. We're going to get Danae Carter.
Yeah, Danae Carter.
My guess is she's probably a Phillies and Eagles young lady. Is that true?
Yes, that is.
See, I'm a Giants and Yankees fan, so I get booed out of this city all the time. But Danae, welcome. Congratulations on a great career so far. Danae transferred in from Mississippi State, and now is one of the elder statesmen on the team. Let's talk about leadership a little bit. How do you see your role as one of the older players on the team in terms of leading this young team?
Yeah, it's been definitely, I think, different for me. It's been a big step. Just trying to set the example, work hard every day, pick my teammates up whenever they need it, and just play together all the time.
Danae, I apologize. See, I got the radio voice. Sorry, I turned that up there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you have an injury that you came back from?
Yes, I did.
What was that?
I tore my left ACL in 2023.
Yeah. So I remember, that's right. I was at the NIL deal at Playfly, I think last year, and I remember that. So you came back and played last year. How did it go for you with that, coming back off of that injury?
Yeah. So I tore my right ACL previously, so it was kind of nothing new. But
so wait, 2 ACLs?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It was definitely hard, but
where's the wood? Can we find some wood? She's out of knees, so maybe we're kind of covered here.
It was definitely hard, but Coach Dillon has always instilled confidence in me, and working really hard with the trainers here, with the coaches, of just getting back on the floor. So last year was really fun, being able to be out there all season, injury-free, and it was just a great feeling.
What's better, playing in Mississippi State or Villanova?
Villanova.
That's all right. I put it on a T. Put it on a T.
And Coach Dillon did you solid when Bryn McCurry got hurt last year. She was out. She brought you in some help inside with Kylie coming on too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Exactly.
Really excited.
Yes. It's a good combo they have. And I have to say with Danae, people don't recognize her. She played a full season last year, but this was really like her first off season that she had an opportunity.
Yeah.
And she wasn't rehabbing. She wasn't. She every day still rehabbing just to stay healthy. But what a change in her game, just having that chance to work. She gets after it every day. You're going to see different pieces of her game on the perimeter, off the dribble. So today I know we have a point guard in Jasmine and MD, but I love when she rebounds the ball and just gets it down the floor for us. Just using that versatility has been nice. So having her back is huge, and great things ahead for sure.
And that story, it's just, look, it happened, but to bounce back, and you would never know from outside looking in, you never know. But that's easy for me to say with everything you've been through dealing with both of those injuries.
Yeah.
And today we talked about, like, as you mentioned, you started your career at Mississippi State, going away from home, getting away from the city. Now you have an opportunity to come back home and your family and friends get to watch you play. I'm sure was probably a part of your decision along with other factors.
Yeah, it's been amazing to be right down the street from home. My family went from being 18 hours away to 20 minutes. So it's great just seeing them in the crowd. They come to pretty much everything that the team has, and I think it's just a sense of community all over again.
Look, bottom line is this: Family Weekend. We are getting everybody ready for all things Villanova and William & Mary coming up here at 3 p.m. We'll hand things out to Ryan Fanova, coach, and of course your great players stopping by here. Can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Good luck on the upcoming season.
Right,
that is, of course. And any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, we would just love to see everybody out the games. I think we have a great crew to follow, and counting on some big wins.
Look at this.
We got Will Ducat.
Will Ducat in the house. All right, we're broadcasting live. Thank you very much, girls, for stopping by. Coach, you're the best. Once again, give it up for the women's Villanova basketball team. Head coach Denise Dillon. Good luck this upcoming season. We're broadcasting live outside Villanova Stadium. Don't go anywhere. More after this. Hey, Sean Brace here, and guess what? The cash contest is back. Starting next Monday, listen up for the keyword at the top of every hour, 9 times a day. And all you have to do is go to our website and you could enter to win $1,000. That's it. The cash contest is back, happening again for the next 8 weeks right here on The Gambler. 9 times a day, top of the hour, keyword, enter to win $1,000. Who hooks you up more than The Gambler? Nobody.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at public.com. Go to public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.
Do you own or manage a business here in Philadelphia? Are you unsure where to start when it comes to advertising? Well, here's a surprise. Fox Sports The Gambler, your local iHeart station, is the one place you can get it all. Hey, it's Sean Brace, and we can help with everything from radio and podcast ads to social media and digital. And we can even get local voices like mine spreading the word about your business. So if you're looking for someone to take care of it all, do yourself a favor right now. Call 844-844-iHeart or visit iHeartAdvertising.com today.
Ever wanted to try an Olympic and Paralympic sport? Try fencing. It's fast, safe, and easy to start. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Back to school time means more traffic on the roads. Streets are packed and accidents are up on the rise. If you or a loved one are involved in any accident whatsoever, Uber, Lyft accident, car wreck, slip and fall, only one man to call. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Call my man Big Al. No fee until Big Al wins, and that's what exactly he does. Once again, 1-800-HURT-123. Call Big Al today.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of the legacy. This game is once in a century. Be there at Xfinity Mobile Arena on March 1st. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
You work hard to provide for yourself and your family, and that's why identity theft is so scary. Not only does it pose a threat to your financial well-being, everything you've worked so hard for, but it's also a danger to your family. Even children can be victims. It's not their money thieves go after, obviously, but their social security number. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Act now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the GPS directions first before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
Go get it! The new season of the NFL lives on iHeartRadio.
It's blocked! It's scooped up by Will McDonald! That's a jet touchdown!
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Plus, fantasy advice and expert analysis with the official NFL Podcast Network.
A strip sack, a lot recovery.
Everything you love about football is on the iHeartRadio app.
Throws to the end zone. Caught, needed, touchdown! Chargers!
Search NFL to dive in.
If you can wager on it, we're talking about it. It's The Gambler. Nothing says Villanova more than family. A special day for a special university. You're listening to the Family Weekend Road Show.
Yes, indeed. Once again, broadcasting live as we just had Wildcat Walk happen right in front of us. You got Sean Brace, Orion Beef, Coyle, and Steve Pannone. Steve, have you ever met somebody with the nickname Beef under 125 pounds?
I was going to say, is that like when they call the fat guy Bones or Skinny?
Yes, very similar,
Okay.
very similar. But he is an encyclopedia in all things college sports, basketball, and football. And
Ryan, you got more than that going for you. Come on.
I don't know.
No, that's
Don't
about
let
it.
Sean sell you
That's
short.
about it.
Right? Don't let him
That's
sell
about
you
it.
short.
Awesome to have Coach Dillon sit down and, of course, meet some of those great players. And she's got a great program, Steve.
She really does.
6 years.
She's done an outstanding job of replacing Harry Peretta, who was here for 42 years.
What?
Know how hard that is?
Wow.
I mean, you're basically replacing a legend.
Yeah.
42 years. Started the women's basketball program here in the late 70s. Was here for 42 seasons. Outstanding job. Went to a Final 8, a Final 4 in the AIAW before the NCAA kind of really took over women's sports. Final 8 with Trish Chalene and that group back in the early 2000s. And then for Denise to come in and not miss a beat, and now in year 6 doing a great job and building this program up. A Sweet 16 with Maddie Siegrist a couple years back.
Yep.
And they'll be back in the NCAA tournament. I'll put a little bullseye on it. They'll be back in the NCAA tournament this year.
And I will say as well, tying it all into kind of this family day, family atmosphere. You just touched on Coach Peretta here for over 40 years. Coach Ferrante's been here for what, over 30 years?
Yeah, 38, I think he said.
Coach Dillon is here for 6 years, but a former player. I assume she'll be here
Yeah,
as long as
she was an assistant coach here for Coach Peretta before she went to Drexel and did a great job
So,
there.
I mean, that kind of just ties everything into this family atmosphere here at Villanova. You come here, you don't want to leave it. So it's a pretty awesome scene out here today, and good spot for the community for sure.
Steve, when did you start as far as getting involved with the broadcasting side?
Wow, that's a good question. I've been doing football. Boy, I don't want to age myself. It's been a while. When did streaming start?
Yeah,
that's
what you got the call.
Yeah, I've been I've done the Flow, and then it was
Sure.
Nova Nation All Access. So I've been on the streaming side really since that came in. It's got 15 years maybe.
Okay, nice.
And then I've been doing some basketball stuff for filling in for Ryan or Whitey when they've been away with a football conflict, or
sure.
Whitey had some family things or got sick, God forbid, for probably 20 years. So I coached for 15. That ended in 2001. So I've been doing some stuff since then. So 25 years.
And Whitey's another one that's a guy I've been around a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was fortunate. I got here. My brother John played here.
Yep.
So I've been coming here since 1979. I was gone for 9 months. I spent 9 months at Manhattan College coaching for a season. Other than that, I've been to spend my whole adult life here.
And that was it as far as coaching?
No, I came back with Steve Lapis and coached with him for 9 years.
Oh, okay.
And then got out after that. And then I've been doing various different roles for the athletic department, our development office,
Sure.
and been very blessed. Like coaching, like Mark Ferrante is the anomaly. As people say, these guys move around every
Yeah.
year. You get a guy here for a year. We've had such great continuity on our staff here, starting with Coach Ferrante. The ability to be in one place for a long time in college sports is very unlikely.
No, you're right about that. You don't mess with Happy,
Yeah.
I believe. Coach even said it to us last time we were out
Yeah.
at Penn State. And it's the reality. And he's got such a great thing going here. And everybody knows him. And the personality goes a long way.
He's a perfect fit for this place. And, a lot of guys get to see him for 3 hours on Saturday applying his craft. But you mentioned it, Sean. He's at softball games all spring. He's at Denise's games all winter. He's at the men's game. He was doing the crowd surf at the Roommates podcast last week. He probably didn't want me admitting that, but I got him on video, so it's all good. He's such a part of this community, and he so gets what Villanova football is here and how important it is to the campus community, but doesn't elevate himself to a level just because he's been here a long time. That he's a very humble guy and an outstanding football coach.
Well, they got themselves another big game coming up here. And, of course, look, it just was a tough back-to-back games for my money. And, look, one thing we did discuss with Coach last time we had an opportunity to speak to him, and it's down in Ocean City, as a matter of fact, we're at the practice. And I just said, look, when you look at the conference, you almost look and you say, maybe that opponent, you can take your foot off the gas. No, that's not how it works.
No, the CA is really good. It has been for a long time. And sometimes it's and Ryan will probably appreciate this. It's not who you play. Sometimes it's when you play them.
Yeah.
Like if we could caught Monmouth maybe in November, maybe we have a little better chance. It's just coming off the Penn State game. They're riding a hot wave right now. God forbid, there's injuries that play into this thing. If you miss a key guy, that really affects people. As fans, we can look ahead and say, hey, we should win that game. That's a tough game here. But as players and coaches, they all want to know this week. And really for Villanova, I think what's going to get tested today is kind of their resiliency, their mental toughness. can you pick yourself up after a couple of weeks? And you got a good team coming in here. You're at home where we've won 17 straight, but can you execute at a level you need to beat a good CAA team? We're going to find that out at 3:30 today.
They had a heck of a performance as far as David Abbott is concerned. 18 carries, 135, 3 touchdowns in last week's game. McQuaid, 25 of 43, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 333 yards passing. Defense, is that where the focus comes in?
They played one of the best offensive teams in FCS last week, and their quarterback's going to be a finalist for the Peyton Award. He's that good. Derek Robertson was outstanding. Sometimes you tip your hat to the other team. They just play that well. I'm sure Coach Penny Pocker wasn't happy when he broke down the film. They hit us with explosive plays, something that we didn't give up against Penn State or Colgate, and they pride themselves on. Like the second play of the game, they go 75 yards, and they just kind of punch you in the nose, and you got to kind of respond to that. We did respond with a really good drive to get to 7-7. Kind of the key play of the game was we said we're down 14-7. We have the ball inside the 5-yard line. Credit their defense. They put a good hit on our wide receiver. He fumbles the ball. They come down and score. It's a 17-7 game, and then you're chasing the score the rest of the way.
Yeah, they had a back go for $186 on 33 carries. Rodney Nelson.
Yeah, so we didn't stop the pass, didn't stop the run.
Yeah.
And we talk about it all the time in football. You want to make teams one-dimensional, not that they can't beat you one way, but when you can't stop the run and you can't stop the pass, that's a bad recipe.
See, I'm getting these questions out of the way now because I'm not going to bring it up with Coach Veronica when he joins us. Once again, we're broadcasting live family weekend here in Villanova, doing it right. We're right outside the stadium. They just had Wildcat walk. The cheerleaders are performing. Wildy Cat came by. We had Coach Denise Dillon stop by as well. And we are once again live here broadcasting on Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia. We got the Fan Man in the building. The great Ryan Fannon's with us. I know he's going to be joining us in just a second as well. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick time out, and we'll come back. We'll be broadcasting live once again. More after this.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for sun protection that actually works and feels great? Wear SPF by PGA Pro Justin Thomas has you covered, both on and off the course. Dermatologist tested and sweat resistant. It's broad spectrum SPF that won't mess up your swing or your skin. From the first tee to everyday life, Wear SPF is a high-performance skincare collection that helps you protect yourself like the pros. It's par for the course. Shop now at wearspf.com and stay sun safe all year long. That's wearspf.com.
Sean Brace here for DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, the NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers, listen up. You can bet just $5. You get $200 in bonus bets instantly, plus score over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code BRACE. That's code BRACE to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Hey, Sean Brace here. Now, when you shop local, you're not just making a purchase, you're making a difference. Gerhardt's Appliances, they've been serving our community for over 80 years, supporting the neighborhoods we call home. Instead of sending your hard-earned money to a national chain, support the home team at Gerhardt's, proudly serving all of Philadelphia, Glenside, Doylestown, Malvern, Ardmore, and beyond with top-quality appliances and unbeatable local service. Shop smart, shop local, shop at Gerhardt's. Visit Gerhardt'sAppliance.com or visit any of their 6 locations.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Action News meteorologist Peyton Damschke. A mostly cloudy morning turns into a cloudier afternoon with showers on the move. This evening's wet weather will turn steadier at times overnight, and while a shower or two is possible early tomorrow, mainly east of the city, we turn brighter in the afternoon, making for a pleasant second half of your Sunday. Today's high temperature around 80 degrees, tomorrow slightly warmer in the low 80s. Both days above average for the final weekend of September.
This report is sponsored by ParkWiz.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WDAS and WD273D Philadelphia is Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. When dining out or shopping at the grocery store, ask for sustainable seafood. By choosing sustainable seafood, you can help reduce overfishing, bycatch, loss of top predators, illegal fishing, and other harmful environmental impacts. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Looking for sun protection that actually works and feels great? Wear SPF by PGA Pro Justin Thomas has you covered, both on and off the course. Dermatologist tested and sweat resistant. It's broad spectrum SPF that won't mess up your swing or your skin. From the first tee to everyday life, Wear SPF is a high-performance skincare collection that helps you protect yourself like the pros. It's par for the course. Shop now at wearspf.com and stay sun safe all year long. That's wearspf.com.
Sean Brace here for DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, the NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers, listen up. You can bet just $5. You get $200 in bonus bets instantly, plus score over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code BRACE. That's code BRACE to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer. Hey, Sean Brace here. Now, when you shop local, you're not just making a purchase, you're making a difference. Gerhardt's Appliances, they've been serving our community for over 80 years, supporting the neighborhoods we call home. Instead of sending your hard-earned money to a national chain, support the home team at Gerhardt's, proudly serving all of Philadelphia, Glenside, Doylestown, Malvern, Ardmore, and beyond with top-quality appliances and unbeatable local service. Shop smart, shop local, shop at Gerhardt's. Visit Gerhardt'sAppliance.com or visit any of their 6 locations.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Action News meteorologist Peyton Damschke. A mostly cloudy morning turns into a cloudier afternoon with showers on the move. This evening's wet weather will turn steadier at times overnight, and while a shower or two is possible early tomorrow, mainly east of the city, we turn brighter in the afternoon, making for a pleasant second half of your Sunday. Today's high temperature around 80 degrees, tomorrow slightly warmer in the low 80s. Both days above average for the final weekend of September.
This report is sponsored by ParkWiz.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WDAS and WD273D Philadelphia is Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Coming to you live from Villanova Stadium. This is the Villanova Family Weekend Roadshow.
All right, once again, we are broadcasting live here for all things Villanova Family Weekend. I do just want to give an update. During our commercial break, a gentleman was feeling a little uneasy, and I got to give a lot of credit to the people that were around him, his family members, his friends, comforting him, and then the ambulance was here immediately. He's off and going. It seems like he was stable, and it seems like he's in good spot, good spirits, but I'll tell you what, Steve, again, family weekend, there for him immediately.
The shout out to the first responders.
First
They're
responders,
they're
you go.
there when you need them, and knock on wood, looked like he was doing fine, but just precautionary, going to take him probably to run some tests on him. Hopefully everything will be okay.
Yeah, that was we had to call 20 on that one, so let that one
took
go.
a full, I think.
Yeah, we took a full. All right,
our full.
Joining us, we're running 4 wide right now. Oh, it's always great when you get the great Ryan Fannin to join the party here. Of course, play-by-play for all things Villanova football and basketball, the fan man himself. Ryan, how we doing today, sir?
Oh, great. I can't wait to get back to where the Cats have won 17 in a row at home, trying to make 18 in a row today, the second longest win streak in all of FCS. And hopefully a big bounce back week for the Cats after 2 tough opponents in a row on the road, Penn State and Monmouth.
I just want to say this. The final call for Villanova and Penn State will live with me forever, Ryan. Ever. I'm telling you right now, what a tremendous call. Both you and Steve in the booth, fantastic job. And yes, I covered plus 48, but you didn't know that. But you were speaking to me on that call. What a tremendous call. I do want to say this, though.
Only Ryan can get that excited when you lose 52-6.
That's what I said. You would have thought you could have told it that was a Super Bowl.
And a lot of people said that. So that's credit to you. That's credit to you that no matter what the score was, Fannin's giving you 110%.
You know, when you look back at that game and you think about the fact that Villanova down 13-0 late second quarter.
Yeah.
And we make a field goal and then a call that was a phantom call and they take it off the board and then we miss the field goal and then they get the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. That game was so close to being one of those scores that was going to go out around the country at 13-3 at halftime. Wow, look at Villanova hanging with the FBS number 2 team in the country. That was a frustrating end to that. And then some calls and some things that just didn't go Villanova's way. I thought there was no way they should reverse that interception.
Yep.
Antonio Johnson caught the touchdown the play before the last play of the game.
Yes.
So when we got to that point, Steve and I, we were like, you know, the enthusiasm was so genuine because we deserved to be a lot closer in that game, and we deserved not to be shut out in that game. To be able to get that on the last play of the game, it just felt really good. The score was the score, but the finish was beautiful.
And the call was even better, boys.
Thank you.
And I do want to say this. You know what? That shutout meant a lot to both teams. I didn't see Coach Ferrante mic'd up, but I did see Coach Franklin mic'd up, and he wanted a shutout. He was upset.
Yeah, both teams took timeouts in that last drive to try to get one more play off or to get their defensive line for that last stop. So it had all the makings of a 14-10 score, and this is going to decide the game. But for obviously for Brandon Binkowski, for Tanner Maddox, memories that Coach Frank talked about will last a lifetime for those 2 kids.
I bought a Binkowski jersey because of that. No lie. All right, we do have a lot to discuss. Fannin, take us on the inside. William and Mary, what to expect? Look, we were talking about what took place last week against Monmouth, and of course, the all eyes on defense. You have to expect Villanova's defense that will bounce back a much better performance this afternoon.
You know, when I had a chance to sit down yesterday with defensive coordinator Ross Pennypacker, what I think makes him a great leader is he always says, look, I got to get better. I'm putting this on me. We got to play better. And he's such a bottom line, no excuse guy. And the guys really play hard for him, just like they do for Coach Bowden and Coach Ferrante and the whole staff. But I think when Villanova goes through adversity, having this veteran coaching staff is so critical. And I think for William and Mary and Villanova, this is an incredible rivalry. And I am so excited that next year, when Villanova and William and Mary both join next year, the Patriot League, then Richmond, who's already in this year, and you're going to have just geographic, like-minded schools, great academic schools. It's such a great fit. And geographically, just to go ahead to next year for a minute, it's incredible when you think about it. The two schools in Richmond, William and Mary and Richmond, and then you've got Georgetown in the nation's capital area, and then you've got 4 PA schools, Lehigh, Lafayette, Villanova, and Bucknell, 2 in New York, Fordham, and of course with Colgate, and then you've got Holy Cross, and you've got 10 teams, you've got 9 league games, you're playing everybody every year, you know you're going to go there every 2 years, and instead of like it used to be for Big East basketball, and it is now for the CA, you have no idea. Are you playing them home? Are you playing them away? Just like the continuity of Big East basketball now. Every year, you know you're going to play Georgetown twice, St. John's, everybody twice, and it just develops the rivalries to a new level. That's what I'm excited about for next year. But for today, we're playing a William Mary team that's got a national championship coach in Mike London. They are always prepared. Their offense has struggled this year, but they've got a very stout defense. And I think this is an opportunity today for Villanova at home. William and Mary coming in at 2-2 off a win. Villanova 1-2. I like the timing of the game for Villanova and the fact that I think you're going to get an unbelievable performance today from Villanova. This is such a great program that's been on a run for a long time. They don't often lose 3 in a row, and the 17 straight wins at home. That's an incredible streak. Only South Dakota State has a longer winning streak in all of FCS for a home winning streak. I expect Villanova to play at a very high level today.
Yeah, I can't say I was surprised to see that streak existed, but it did catch me a little bit off guard. I was like, man, they have won that many. And then, as you said, only one team has more. In an important game as far as the CAA is concerned, Steve, right?
Yeah.
Rhode Island at the top right now, 2-0 in conference, 4-0 overall. Monmouth, as we discussed, 3-1. William and Mary, 1-0 in the conference. So no better time than right now to turn it around in the conference.
And as Ryan mentioned, that one of the, I'll call it an issue, but one of the things with the CAA is that unbalanced schedule. And Monmouth and Rhode Island's schedule on paper do not look that challenging. So to get that second loss today, it would be a real big challenge for Villanova if they have aspirations of winning this conference championship. So it's going to be important today. Obviously, what I'm concerned about, I'll flip it on Ryan a little bit, is after 2 tough games like that, is that, we're going to try to hit a home run here in the first quarter. It's still worth 6 points a touchdown. You can't get 15 points back on one play. And defensively, because you've been you got hit with some home runs last week, you got to be still reactive and instinctive. You can't just sit back and be stale. You got to be ready to attack the football, and you can't be hesitant. This is a game. Football is a game of instinct, reaction, flying to the football, and you want to be able to play with that free mind. And when you get hit with a couple of home runs like we've had the last 2 weeks, it's going to be difficult to try to keep that mindset. But that's where I think this veteran group is going to have it. Coach Penny Packer does a great job, as Ryan mentioned, but just keeping these guys free in the mind. Go out there and be physical, fly to the football, and make plays. They're going to play a dual threat quarterback, which they haven't seen really all year. He runs as well as he throws it. That's a challenge because the last 2 weeks it's been really straight drop back guys. So it's going to be a good football game. This is going to be a lot of fun today. Probably the team that turns the ball over less is going to end up winning. So It's going to be who can execute better and who makes less mistakes. It's kind of elementary in that way, but that's really what football sometimes comes down to.
Ryan, something Villanova can build off of. Of course, the run game last week was explosive. More of that tonight or more of that this afternoon, in your opinion?
Coach Bowden always talks about he wants true balance. And I think this year, when you look at Villanova's receivers, I mean, Luke Colella, the Princeton transfer, he's really emerged in recent weeks. Lucas Kopecki is always there, a reception in every game he's played as a Wildcat. And Braden Reed, the true freshman from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, super excited about him. Just his ability to catch some balls in that Penn State game, to get off an incredible defensive backfield for Penn State. He is really showing his wits about him and his growth. And then Binkowski obviously gets a lot of confidence off the Penn State game, then gets a touchdown last week. So I think for Villanova, they have a lot of confidence in this entire offense. And he feels like when this team is really having balance, that's when they're at their best. Some years you got to sling it. Some years you got to go with the ground. This is a veteran offensive Villanova line that I thought coming into the year, we might have to pound it. I still believe it is our strength, but I really like our wide receivers and I like our tight ends and this veteran line. I think you have not seen the best of the Villanova offense yet it's coming as this season will continue to emerge.
Not even October, Steve. Not even October. You know,
And I agree with Ryan's point. I think what's happened, though, is Villanova's got a new quarterback. Connor Watkins has moved on. Pat McQuaid's there. Coaching staffs don't have a lot of tape on. They have tape on him at Nichols. So what they said is, I know Abbott can run. I know Ragland's really good. I know Mace can make plays out of the backfield. So we're going to load the box. So that's what Colgate did. And then Monmouth is similar last week, and that's going to create plays. And that's why I think Reed, who Ryan mentioned, the freshman from Pope John Paul High School locally here, is good because he can play in the slot and beat guys one-on-one. He's very elusive. He's quick in and out of his breaks. He gets separation. He's going to give McQuaid that ability to throw balls over the middle, and he makes yard. He can run after the catch. And that's going to be a big key because I do think William Mary loves their their defensive line. They're going to play a 4 down front. They're going to force Villanova to beat. We're going to have to make some significant plays in the passing game to win today, like we did against Colgate in the opener.
Beef up front, Ryan. That's what it comes down to. Beef up front.
Yeah. William and Mary always go ahead.
Oh, his nickname is Beef. So you didn't know that, Ryan fan, and I apologize. Plus, with 2 Ryans on the table here, I apologize. Beef.
You're up, Beef.
Yes.
But yeah, that veteran offensive line, when we were out there at Penn State, we talked to Coach Ferrante about that. That's something that this team can lean on, I think. Was looking it up earlier. William and Mary, the last 2 matchups that they won against Nova, they really shut down the rushing attack. And this year, this William and Mary defense is allowing over 200 yards per game on the ground. So with that veteran offensive line, veteran running back David Abbott, it could be a big day on the ground for the Cats. But as you said, Brace, it all starts with that beef up front.
Yep, exactly that. All right, once again, we are taking you right up to pregame where you get more of the Fan Man coming your way at 3 p.m. Looking forward to who's in the booth with you this afternoon, Ryan?
We've got Nick Montaigne, who has done a tremendous job broadcasting 12 or 13 Villanova sports over the last decade.
Okay.
And really versatile broadcaster. Just Zooming yesterday with him and both coordinators. And I said, Nick, I can't wait to call a game with you. We never had a chance. I've seen all the great work he's done, but we never had a chance to call a game together. So he's a really, really prepared guy, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Steve's worked with him a lot, but I've never had a chance to. Really excited to work with Nick today, with Nick on the color and me doing the play-by-play. It's going to be a lot of fun in the booth.
Catch it right here on Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia. Once again, getting the party started at 3 p.m. Something jumped out at me right now, Steve, as I look at the schedule here. This is the only home game in between 4 road games. It's a tough stretch.
Yeah, it is a tough stretch, especially the next 3. Today, and then you got to go to New Hampshire. The Wildcats won up there the last time they played, but that was the first time in a long, long time they won at New Hampshire. New Hampshire came down here last year, played a 3rd-string quarterback. Wildcats got out of it with a 1-score win, so that's always a challenging game. And then Elon, who Villanova's really handled the last couple times, is going to be another game that I see them kind of in the middle of the pack, CAA team. But to go on the road, and then like we talked earlier, if you look at paper, which doesn't mean much, the schedule does lighten up a little bit after that with some of the teams that are predicted to finish towards the bottom of the league. So these next 3 weeks are huge. If they could find a way to win at least 2 of those games, it keeps your playoff hopes alive. If you want to win the conference championship, you got to probably find a way to win all 3.
And just to add to that, I mean, after those 2 road games, there is 4 of the next 5 at home for Villanova where they win every game, as we know, on this incredible winning streak.
Yep. All right. Without further ado, I know excuse me, he's kind of got a couple things going on right now. So we're not even going to take a timeout. Coach, if you wouldn't mind, pull up the microphone. Yeah, if you could, right there. Oh, you know what? Pull up right here. Yeah, because this way you get the headset. All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us. Great to see you, Coach. How you been today? Awesome to have you as usual.
I'm good.
Villanova men's football team head coach Mark Ferrante joining us here. Coach Ferrante, great to have you. Wonderful afternoon, family weekend. A beautiful day for some football. You got to be excited.
Yeah, this is great out here. I never get back here before a game, except for when you guys do this show and invite me. I wasn't sure I'd be invited back after the last time I saw you. But no, this is great. I'm looking out amongst the, A2 parking lot where Joe Maycoyd and Kathy Maycoyd have our football club tailgate tent right here in front of us. That's always well attended and well packed.
Oh yeah.
And as I'm looking around on either side, it's awesome. So I wish every home game looked like this, to be honest. This is we always know it's going to look great on family weekend. So it's good to see everybody coming back to see their children that they dropped off freshman year, a little over a month ago.
Yeah.
And now they're back on campus to see their children and all that, and obviously our players' parents. So, no, this is great, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for stopping by. Let's talk a little bit about William and Mary, a tough opponent. And, of course, off of what took place last week, I would imagine you guys are just ready to get after it this afternoon.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so. I think our guys, we had 3 really good days of practice. Not that we had previous week's bad days of practice, but we had 3 consistently good, high-energy practices this past week. I think our guys are really chomping at the bit to get out there and show that maybe the last couple of weeks' performance isn't the norm for us.
Sure.
Isn't the standard that we like to, hang our hat on. So we'll see. And William Mary is good. Like you said, they played Virginia, and their score against Virginia was similar to our score against Penn State. But if you saw the game last night, Virginia went and beat Florida State in overtime, and Florida State I think, was ranked 8th going into that game. So you never know, man. That's why you play, right? Any given Saturday, you got to be ready to go. So I'm hoping our guys, and I think our guys, and time will tell if our guys are ready to play.
And Coach, obviously the result wasn't what you wanted last Saturday, but as you always say when you break the film, that's not as bad as you think when you lose, and it's probably not as good as you think when you win. Some takeaways are offensively, David Abbott got it going. You really were able to move the football well. You had the 1 turnover in the red zone. Take that away, and you're putting up almost 40 points. Talk about what you saw offensively and maybe what can carry over and be successful today against this William & Mary defense.
Yeah, we were able to run the ball, and, we delivered the ball in some of the passing game as well, which Pat's done a good job with that, and our receivers are doing a good job coming down and making the plays when they have the opportunity to do so. But we shot ourselves in the foot too much last week. But there's a lot to build off from last week. I don't care if we win 50-0 or lose 50-0. The film's always going to have both, and you and I talk about that. You just mentioned it, Steve. There's hopefully going to be enough things we can build upon and just have to do those things more consistently. And then there's other things that the correctables, right? There's always something, no matter what the score is and what the outcome is, there's always going to be correctables. And I try not to use the word always and never that often, because as soon as you do, that's never going to happen. Well, then it happens. This always happens. And then something else happens. So
it's funny you say. I had an old basketball coach I played for. He said, there's no such thing as always and never.
Exactly right. I try not to use those words, and I remember coaches saying, hey, I've seen it all. He used to say that one too. I've coached for 40 plus years. I've seen it all. And then all of a sudden, boom, there's that thing you haven't seen yet, so you try not to, worry about those things. Hey, we just got to go out and play more consistently. We had 13 penalties. That's terrible, and the ones that bother me the most are the ones that either happen before the ball is snapped or after the whistle's blown and the play's over. Those pre and post play penalties are the ones that annoy. They're mental breakdowns.
Yep.
They're focused. You're going to have a hold. You're going to have a pass interference. You're going to have things of that nature. But let's just control the ones we can control. Let's not false start. Let's not have a defensive offsides. Let's not have a personal foul after a touchdown, and all of a sudden you're kicking from your 20. Those type of things. And then some of the other penalties that we had, either stopped drives that we had. Like you said, the 1 turnover wasn't a penalty. We had a 3rd and 8. We got the first down. Guy makes a heck of, to their credit, no discredit to Monmouth. The guy made a heck of a play and a heck of a hit on our guy, and the ball comes out at the 5. So that stops the drive. And then we stop them on the 3rd and 8 inside the 10. So they're going to settle for a field goal, but we had a face mask. And so now they're 1st and goal. So instead of 3 points, they're going to come away with 7 points. So we got to eliminate those things. If we can eliminate those things, and we haven't gotten any turnovers. We're really not doing great in the turnover category. We haven't given up many. That one was critical. But other than that, 1 a game isn't that many. But we got to start creating some on defense and steal an extra possession here and there, especially against a team like last week. You don't want to give Monmouth, if you can steal a possession or 2 away from an explosive offense like that, then a couple interceptions would have definitely done us well.
Sean Bray, Steve Pannone sitting down with head coach Mark Ferrante. Of course, kickoff coming up here. Coach, can't thank you enough for squeezing us in your busy schedule. One thing jumped off the page at me as I was looking at the schedule. I know you're going to say, every game, 1 game at a time. That's understood. But the extra emphasis on the fact that you're home, sandwiched in between 2 road, that's a difficult stretch that I don't think I really gave enough credence to in the preseason.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of don't really look that far in advance.
Sure.
I do know who we play next because we have to have conversations during the course of the week, especially when it's a flight of what we have to do organizationally. But I didn't even think of 2 away, then home, then 2 away. that means we're going to have more home games later. So
That's
that's
true.
a good thing.
That's a good way of looking at it.
I'm waiting for the back-to-back home games.
Glass half full guy here, if you haven't known.
That's what you got to be.
Let's get the back-to-back home games. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I don't envy Joe D'Antonio, our commissioner, and really his right-hand man, Brian Gordon. Brian's got to do the schedule. And when you have this many teams and you're trying to take everyone's distance and try not to have someone have 4 flights, you know, on any given year, because you could, when you're spread out from Maine to Campbell, you could have 4 away games that would all require flights. So they try to be cognizant of, okay, let's see if we can maybe only have 2 flights per team and all that stuff. I mean, that's part of the reason we ended up going back to Monmouth. If you remember, we played at Monmouth last year, and then Richmond leaves the conference. And this year, us and William, they got to shuffle the schedule every time something happens. So next year, Brian's going to have to probably throw it all up in the air and do it again with us and William Mary leaving. So it just happens. So I don't get too worked up. Here's what I do know. We're going to have 4 home conference games. We're going to have 4 away conference games. Wherever they fall, they fall.
Coach, in my lifetime, I've learned that kids, and I call college students kids because I'm old, are much more resilient than adults. So as Goats, I see your coaching staff, and I'm saying, boy, we're giving up a lot of points the last 2 weeks. Do you worry at all about the guys trying to be too perfect today and not flying to the football and saying, hey, I'm supposed to be here and maybe overthink it too much and not just be reactive and go get the football?
We will see. I think that, to be honest, Steve, I think that's been our problem.
Okay, good.
I think here's what I told them to do the exact opposite today. When we were in the meeting last week, I said, guys, stop putting pressure on yourself. Go out, play, and have fun and fly around. So I'm not so sure they haven't been already doing that. So I'm hoping they just cut it loose today and just freaking fly around with their hair on fire and just get after people. That's because I think that's part of what's been happening. So, I mean, you got Penn State, so that's obviously a huge game when you're going up there in front of that many people, and that's a great environment. But, you know, and they didn't walk into that intimidated. We just didn't play well enough there either, and credit them for playing better. And then I think they put too much pressure on themselves going up to Monmouth last week. So we'll see. We'll see. Got a good William Mary team. They're more similar to us. They're balanced. They're 2-2, have a big FBS loss to Virginia, as we already discussed. And, you know, we don't have any other common opponents like we did with Monmouth. We both played Colgate. So who knows, man? You got to just go out and play the game. And regardless of who you're playing, you just got to make less mistakes, have fewer turnovers, and, you know, just play more consistent football. And I'm hoping we can get that out of our guys today.
Last one for me here, Coach. And, of course, something that will end on a high note. You had a great performance by David Abbott last weekend, 3 touchdowns, over 130 yards rushing. Is that something you're going to be leaning on this afternoon as well?
We always try to. We always want to try to establish the run and then have, you know, add that, open up the pass game a little bit. David will be the first one to tell you, just like everybody else. Any great running back will tell you it always starts up front.
You're darn right.
So the linemen got to go out and do their job. I would say William Mary's front 4, at times it's 3, but a lot of times it's 4, are probably a little more stout than what we had last week. So hopefully our guys, you know, will get underneath their pads a little bit, be able to move the ball. If we can sustain the run, it'll help open up the pass plays. That'll be a good thing. We always want to be balanced. Last week, because the score got away from us, we had to throw the ball more than we probably wanted to. So we just have to be able to sustain the run, do the RPO game, and then, you know, fly around on defense.
Well, Coach, can't thank you enough for stopping by. Busy afternoon. We got a couple things on the calendar popping up here shortly. But go ahead and have some fun yourself on that sideline.
I love it. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Coach.
I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely.
All right,
Family weekend. Nothing but the best. Head coach Mark Ferrante stopping by once again. Villanova and William and Mary coming up here. Pregame coverage kicking off at 3 p.m. Ryan Fannin will be taking over the call at that point in time. We're broadcasting live outside Villanova Stadium. We got Steve Pannone, Ryan Beef Coyle, myself. And who knows, some special guests might be rocking and rolling and walking by here as we are having a wonderful time for family weekend up here with Villanova. More daily ticket. No, that's not my show. We are live once again, live from Villanova Stadium. More after this.
iHeartRadio brings you Global Citizen Festival 2025 from New York City at Central Park's Great Lawn. Live performances from Shakira, Cardi B, Tyla, Ira Starr, Mariah the Scientist, Camilo, and many more. All hosted by Hugh Jackman. Join the movement changing the world at globalcitizenfestival.com. Today, hear the entire festival live all day on the free iHeart app's Global Citizen Radio and on Hit Nation at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Traffic east of the Schuylkill Expressway. It is packed from Montgomery all the way down to University, where the right lane's blocked by construction. It's also affecting the westbound Vine Expressway, packed from Broad Street over to the Schuylkill. Southbound 95 slow through the construction zone from the Betsy Ross Bridge down through Allegheny. And southbound on the Blue Route, you're on the brakes with just volume from Broomall, exit 9 all the way down to exit 3 for Media Swap. Tim James, total traffic.
This report is sponsored by ParkWiz.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At public.com, you can invest in almost everything: stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.
Football season is back, yes, but off the field, life can hit even harder at times. Car wreck, slip and fall, work injuries, yeah, they all happen. Don't sit on the sideline after being injured, though. Only one person to call. Call attorney Big Al, 1-800-HURT-123. Big Al gets the job done, and he picks up 24/7. Big Al brings the heat both on and off the field, and he wins. That's the most important part. One more time, 1-800-HURT-123. Call Big Al today.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No, call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
The Gambler. Philly's home for all things sports gambling. Nothing says Villanova more than family. A special day for a special university. You're listening to the Family Weekend Roadshow.
Family Weekend here up at Villanova. Once again, getting you ready for Villanova and William and Mary. Steve Pannone, Ryan B. Coyle, I'm Sean Brace. Special thank you to Coach Ferrante for stopping by. Great stuff having Coach stop by once again. And, you know, it's funny when you're able to get him on the day of a game.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see him slide through. And we were talking about that got about an hour and 15 minutes till kickoff. And Coach Ferrante just stops in. But, you know, football, they're kind of at this point in the week, how much more can you talk about it? How much more film can you watch? He's locked in. He's ready to go. Yeah. Probably a good little stress reliever in the meantime as
You're
well.
right, Ryan. To your point, if it's not in by now, it's not getting in. So, and I think to his point is he just hopes they're mentally ready. The physicality part they try to take care of during the week and just how much they hit during practice. But now it's like really, I think they kind of went unnoticed because of the score was the mental mistakes, the 13 penalties they made last week.
That's
you play a good football team in any level of football. You can't make those kind of mistakes and expect to win a game.
Such a straight shooter, too. I love it. Yeah. And when he visited us on Thursday before the Penn State game, Friday, he he let it be known how he felt heading into that game and what he was up against. And then I get the sense that he likes his chances here. Of course he does, no doubt about it. But, he's ready to go for this opportunity this afternoon against William & Mary. And I got the vibe that, yeah, they're going to put a much better showing, of course, than what they did last week against Monmouth.
Yeah, and I think, as much as he's with these guys every day, he's around them for practice, meetings, film, until that ball gets kicked, you just don't know.
Sure.
You think, like he said, they had 3 really good practices before Monmouth, and then they come out and don't have the performance you want to have. So that anxiousness that's just being a coach. You can't make everything perfect as much as you want to, and you got to hope that you talk about, I do this with my kids. You're going to make a mistake. Make the little mistakes. Don't make the big mistakes.
Yeah.
It can really change your life. So for them, it's just, hey, let's not have the false starts. Let's not have the unsportsmanlike conduct after we score a touchdown. He mentioned a wide receiver blocking downfield in a holding call. That happens. Hey, you credit that kid for busting his butt 15 yards downfield blocking, and that can happen. But we can't have the mental errors.
No, you're right about that. All right. Let's take a trip around the scoreboard here and just check in on some games that are happening. Beef, I want to come to you first here. Georgia Tech struggling with Wake Forest.
Really? What's that score? I didn't even look at
20-3 late in the third quarter right now.
Wake Forest is up on your
Correct.
Yellow Jackets?
Yes, correct.
Well, I'll disclose this. Last night, Sean Brace sends me a text as Florida State's looking like they're going to pull away as Mr. ACC. He was all over Georgia Tech as well, and both those teams looking in trouble this week.
Well, a lot of football to be played, but you're right. Don't go celebrating. That was a bad job by me. As soon as I sent that text, Florida State ends up losing. Yep. USC and Illinois, definitely a game we were talking a ton about this week. Interesting spot. Of course, Illinois gets lumped up last week against Indiana.
Lumped up.
That's being
that's
easy.
generous.
And you know what? I didn't bring this up to Coach Steve, but one thing, it seemed to be a theme in college football, and I know that this is realistic, but a lot of being seen about kickoff times.
Yes.
And it's just like,
Well,
wait,
you got teams from 4 different time zones in the same conference.
Yes, that's the issue. It's like, what did you expect? Don't yell at the people that are creating the schedule. Yell at the people that are running your school.
And I
that are
know
doing
this
these
has been
conferences.
bandied about, but in what world is Maryland and USC in the same conference?
Yeah.
Or Rutgers and UCLA, for that matter?
Insane. Yeah, UCLA. And I still struggle getting Cal's in the ACC. It's like, wait a minute. Come on, man. Anyways, Illinois up by 7. Notre Dame and Arkansas. First time that these two teams have ever faced off. That's pretty interesting stuff there. 42-13, all Irish Beef.
I was on Arkansas +4 in that one. I thought Sam Pittman's players would show up and play for him. It sounds like if that game finishes as is right now, he could very well be out of a job by tomorrow. It seems like he's kind of run his course there. But love the over in that one, and that one has been a shootout thus far. Notre Dame, the defense, maybe figuring out a little bit this week against Arkansas. That's kind of been their Achilles heel through their 2 losses thus far to Miami and A&M. But that offense is putting up points, and they're scoring, and that's not what we saw from them last year, and they went all the way to the national title game. You got to figure Marcus Freeman and that defense can figure it out throughout the season, but freshman quarterback C.J. Carr is out there slinging the rock. They're putting up points left and right. And Sean Brace, they're giving the ball to Jeremiah Love today as well. Look what happens there. 42 points in the first
Ryan,
half.
your point. Bobby Petrino, I heard at Arkansas, has been rounding up all the donors and getting everybody ready for another shot down there. But just one thing, back to Illinois, Sean, you talked about him. Kurt Signetti, the coach at Indiana. He was at Elon, and then he was at James Madison. We saw him here a lot. That guy can coach football.
Yeah.
And he's shown it the last years, making the playoffs at Indiana, of all places, which we won't call that a football hotbed, I wouldn't think.
No.
But he's turning it into one. And it's just – you get the right guy in the right spot. Ryan and I were talking off air. Arkansas has been down for so long. They just got to find that right person. And when they do, they can, obviously in the SAC, it's a big climb. But Signetti can coach, and Arkansas needs to find one probably.
Hearing some Gruden buzz to Arkansas. A lot of Gruden SEC buzz.
A lot of Gruden everywhere buzz.
Belichick started the trend now.
Yeah,
the guys go down.
They got the deep pockets, though, down there. They got the Tyson chicken guy that got Cal from
Walmart
Kentucky.
money.
Yeah, they got the Walmart money. They're not afraid to shell it out. If they throw $10 million at Gruden, he's leaving Barstool in a second to go coaching at Arkansas. No doubt.
Think about that. We're saying in 2000, he's leaving Barstool.
Yeah.
To coach a
It's
college
the world we
football
live
team.
in right now. And by the way, I've no lie, I kid you not, I just watched a YouTube video of Gruden breaking down the Bucks and the Eagles. It was tremendous. It was an hour long. I fast forwarded through a couple of spots, but we get what happened, all that. But the dude's a coach, and if he gets another opportunity, it wouldn't shock me. He's successful.
Let me throw one more out there, Gruden. I'm a Giants fan. I was up at the game the other night, Monday, against the Chiefs, and they're talking about him in New York.
Yeah,
Really? Wow.
yeah.
I'd be surprised if he got another NFL shot. I think there's just a little bit too much kind of noise there. Didn't he get ruled innocent in the case or whatever?
Who knows?
Yeah,
It's
right
still
now,
going
I think
on.
that
It's like a
suit's going. He's
lawsuit.
suing
Yeah.
the NFL
Yeah.
for the release of the emails, and
So
that's
you have a coach suing the NFL.
So how does
Can
he
you
get a
really
job?
hire
Yeah.
him?
There's certain things you can, I want to say, come back from.
Yeah.
But to Ryan's point, I don't know if that's one of them.
Yeah, I'm
in
with
this
you on
day
that
and
one.
age.
Let me ask you this, Steve, since you brought it up. You opened Pandora's box.
Okay.
How is Daniel Jones playing the way that he is right now with Indianapolis? And let's just be honest about it, because he's getting a ton of help from Jonathan Taylor, that defense. Daniel Jones hasn't thrown for 2 touchdowns in a game. So I know everybody wants to make him up to Johnny Unitas or Peyton Manning. He has not been that, but he's been a winning quarterback.
I think I saw Daniel Jones play every game in his career for the New York Giants, either live or on television. And Daniel Jones, to me, is a lot like 15 other NFL quarterbacks. Put him on the right team, he's fine. You give him time, he throws the ball to open receivers. You give him an offensive line that he can have a run game. I'll just look at what Barkley did with the Eagles.
Yep.
And what he did for the Giants. He was very good for the Giants.
Yeah.
He was not what he was last year with the Eagles. It's all the pieces around. Daniel Jones is a legitimate NFL quarterback. Can he win you the Super Bowl? I guess it's not like they're going to make the playoffs. We're going to find out. I don't know. He won a playoff game with New York on the road at Minnesota. I think there are problems in New York, and I think it's 0-3 again this year. We're going to find out if Jackson Dart's the answer.
There you go.
The problem is everything around it. It's just not working right there. And they wanted, we don't want to pay that much money for a running back. We don't want to keep McKinney. He leads the league in interceptions. It's a talent evaluation problem, a drafting problem, and it's a hierarchy problem. It's not Daniel Jones, put it that way.
You do have some decent pieces on
No,
offense, though. Neighbors, Cam
Neighbors is
Scadaboo.
really good. Yeah, they're going to be better, but I said with their schedule, who are they going to be better than? They're a better team than they were last year. I'm not sure they win as many as the 3 games they won last year.
Will they be a 6.5-point close game type better this weekend versus the Chargers?
I'll be there at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, you're going? Okay,
I
nice.
think that'll be very difficult. The Chargers are really good on defense.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know if they're going to, my word, dumb it down for Jackson Dart tomorrow. And try to, that's just not going to work. You're going to have
Let
the
it
whole playbook.
loose.
Yeah, let it
loose
It's
at this
Dable's
point.
job. I mean,
Yeah.
if this guy plays well, he has a career.
Yep.
If he doesn't, he's a coordinator somewhere next year.
And that's why he made the switch.
Yeah, and you got to go with him. And it's an uphill climb. They have the Eagles twice in the next 4 weeks. They have the Saints, I always say to my friend, well, what do the Saints think the game they're going to win is? Oh, we got the Giants coming up. That's the game we win. All the Giants fans think, well, the Saints game, we'll beat them. So I knew coming in the year the schedule was brutal. It's a long climb. It's been a long climb for 10 years, but it'll be interesting tomorrow. I don't think they cover that number now.
All right. Well, definitely be watching that one. Tough game for the Eagles on the road in Tampa Bay as well. They left early, though.
Yeah.
But we'll see if that.
They said 100 and something down the field tomorrow. They're talking about heat index.
That's what it was last year, too.
Always
They got
hot in Tampa,
absolutely
right?
worked.
Always hot in Tampa.
It's almost October, though.
It's true. That's true. It is gorgeous here, though, as we're broadcasting live outside the Villanova Stadium on the main line. Getting you ready for all things William & Mary and Villanova. It's family weekend. Lots of kids running around. I see Mom over here putting her son in a headlock. I love it.
Is he running for the adult beverages? Is that what that was?
That's exactly what it is. Also, I do want to point out some great college football jerseys. Villanova's got some great, sharp looking jerseys. None better than the Brian Westbrook 20, though.
The little
old
red trim
school.
on there. You like that
Yeah.
old school 90s red trim?
That's the good one right there.
I think it's called maroon, but it looks red to me.
Very nice. We are once again live here, having a lot of fun and taking you right up to pregame coverage at 3 p.m. Back over to the college football world. Again, big games. We got one coming up here at 3:30. Beef, I'm going to come to you, talk a little SEC ball here. LSU and Ole Miss. Again, I think people were, you see that early game against Clemson, and all of a sudden you start to think like, oh, this LSU team's going to run the table. There's just so much football to be played. And when you go in week out versus tough competition, you're going to slip up. I look at this opportunity for Ole Miss. This is a spot that LSU slips up here.
Yeah, for sure. Ole Miss has looked really good. They had a very impressive beatdown of Tulane last weekend. I think the potential story in all of college football right now could be the Ole Miss quarterback situation. Trinidad Chambliss, Division II transfer from Ferris State, slides right in this year into the SEC, fills in for Austin Simmons, and he's been awesome through 2 games. If he goes out there and lights up an LSU defense that has been awesome to start the year, when you go back the past few years, that defense has been one of the worst. They had Jaden Daniels, Brian Thomas, and Malik Neighbors, and only won 9 games because of how bad the defense was 2 years ago. That defense has figured it out this season. If Trinidad Chambliss can go down there or go to beat up on this LSU defense today, he's going to put himself right there in the Heisman mix. This kid is a player, a dual threat guy, and he's going to take that job right from Austin Simmons. But that's a huge spot. Lane was another guy complaining that why don't we get the opportunity to play this one at night. With all that being said about Ole Miss, though, I am going to go with LSU to win this one. I think a little bit too much experience. Chambliss has been great to start, but this is a little bit of a different cat here with LSU. I think LSU is going to win this one today. Get them at plus money as well. I think you got to take that stat.
2.5 right now. Steve, 2 Eagle-less coaches there, Brian Kelly and Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, but Lane Kiffin could coach some quarterbacks.
Yes, he can.
That's the thing. I think we talked about the whole Daniel Jones thing. There's guys that just, like Gruden's another one. You just know how to get the most out of quarterback. Here's a Division II transfer coming in, and he's playing, off lights out. And I flip up the SEC schedule, and I see Vanderbilt's 18th in the country.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, you can't look past them anymore. They
And they're up 10 at halftime. I'm playing Utah State today, but they're up 10 at halftime. Incredible what they built down there in Nashville.
Yep. Last year they snuck up on teams. This year, no such luck. Everyone knows Diego Pavia's name by now. That's for sure. As the band is marching by us here, getting ready for all things Villanova and William Mary. Give me some sousaphone. Give me some sousaphone. I
got the answer to Ryan's question why the band goes by. Yeah. Now I know why they're not LSU. Ole Miss isn't at night because Alabama's playing Georgia.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the night game today, and it probably does get more eyes on it than LSU and Ole Miss.
But it's funny you say that, though, because all week that game has been pushed to the back burner.
Right.
Everyone's just been talking about Penn State, Oregon.
I pulled it up when Sean said SEC. I pulled it up, and I'm like, I got something to do tonight when I get home.
Yeah, you told me 5 years ago, though, that
7:30, perfect time for me.
Alabama and Georgia is the second most talked about game of the week. I would never believe that, but all eyes seem to be up at State College this week.
I'll tell you what, we got one more timeout. We're going to take it right here as the band is about to perform. Getting rowdy up here. All things family weekend for Villanova and William and Mary. Steve Benoit and Ryan B. Coyle. I'm Sean Brace. More live from Villanova Stadium. Back after this.
For more information about contests on this station, go to foxphlgambler.com/rules.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ever wanted to try an Olympic and Paralympic sport? Try fencing. It's fast, safe, and easy to start. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
CEOs you should know, brought to you by Comcast Business.
Tony O'Donovan, President and CEO of Arkema Inc. Well, Arkema is a specialty materials company. Our purpose is to bring sustainable solutions to the world, which really means that we're bringing a lot of materials to companies that impact people's lives. You see them in a lot of products that you touch day to day. We have composites that can be completely recycled. Probably our biggest aspect is providing durability for materials that our customers can use. So whether it's a 3D printed machine part that can be used and that's stronger than steel used in aerospace, we see ourselves very much as part of the community. For instance, our partnership with Habitat for Humanity brings the ability to be part of the community, support Philadelphia. Our employees really enjoy volunteering and seeing the impact they bring to people's lives, particularly around areas of education. Plus, one of our areas that we are in the market of is sport. So that brings about our association with the Philadelphia Union Foundation. If I look at Philadelphia compared to other places I've lived, we have really good people that are very well internationally connected, highly educated, and a good sense of community, and really tie into some of the values that Arkema likes to portray around solidarity, inclusion, performance. Those are values we want to have, and the people fit really well. So we find that people that join Arkema from the Philadelphia region are really successful with us.
To find out more, go to arkema.com. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app today and save every time you park.
Hey everybody, Daniel Jeremiah here.
And I'm Bucky Brooks.
On Move the Sticks, we take you inside the game, from breaking down college prospects and NFL rookies
to evaluating team building philosophies, coaching trends, and how front offices construct winning rosters.
We study the tape, talk to decision makers, and give you a perspective you won't find anywhere else. Listen to the Move the Sticks podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow the Move the Sticks podcast and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
It's the Daily Ticket with Sean Brace, 3 to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Here we go. Both squads 3-0. Yeah, the stakes are pretty big for Sunday's game between the Eagles and the Bucs. Philadelphia rolling into Tampa Bay. And, of course, we've already heard a lot about the heat. Yeah, it's hot in Florida. What are you going to do? Anyways, it comes down to Jalen Hurts versus the Tampa Bay secondary and whether or not Kevin Patullo and company will allow Jalen to attack like he did in the second half versus the Rams. That's how you can exploit the Tampa Bay defense. These guys are pretty good as far as against the run. Saquon Barkley has had a hard time busting runs out already. And yeah, Tampa's defense yields just 3.6 yards per carry. That's tied for 5th best in the NFL. My pick, I think the Eagles get it going offensively in the air on Sunday. Love to see it. And hopefully we get a little bit more of a repeat from the second half rather than the first half versus the Rams.
If you can wager on it, we're talking about it right here on The Gambler.
My station, baby!
Spreads, totals, and all the prop bets in between. It's The Gambler. Coming to you live from Villanova Stadium. This is the Villanova Family Weekend Roadshow.
We're down the home stretch. About to put a bow on this bad boy, broadcasting live for all things Villanova, William and Mary. It's family weekend. Having a blast and a beautiful afternoon. Oh, by the way, today's game between Villanova and William and Mary, the presenting sponsor, Ryan Beef Coyle, and of course joined by Steve Pannone, is Tommy's Tavern and Tap. 15 locations, brand new one coming to King of Prussia. And the owner, the man who runs all of those establishments, my goodness, how do you have time in your life? Chris Dietz joining us right now. Chris, great to have you, sir. How we doing?
Great to be here. Thank you.
Absolute. 15 locations.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
15. King of Prussia opening up October 8th is number 15. Really excited to first one in Pennsylvania. Really excited to be here, join the community.
First one in PA. Why King of Prussia?
Just if you're gonna plant the flag somewhere, plant it where everybody will see you, and then spread out from there. So we're really looking to grow, west out the main line, grow north through Central Valley, Lehigh Valley, up into Allentown. We've done really well in Southwest Jersey, Mount Laurel, Cherry Hill, Princeton, and we're here by popular demand. Our website got a lot of attention. Come to PA, come to Eastern PA, come to Eastern PA. So here we are.
Sean, I was going to say, why not King of Prussia?
Yeah, you're right.
I think, Tommy, Chris, excuse me, you picked the right spot. But Chris, talk about where's this originate? Where's the brainchild behind this, and how did you develop it into 15 locations?
My father-in-law founded Tommy's Tavern Tap back in our first store opened 2015 in Seabright, New Jersey. He was a JD CPA by trade who just loved eating, loved food, and always wanted to be in the restaurant business. So that was number one. Number two was Staten Island and Freehold. Ooh. And then we used COVID as an opportunity to really grow our brand and take over locations that weren't reopening and, create jobs at a time where there was really a lack of demand for hospitality workers, and the community embraced us just as much as we embraced them. And, we got legs and we ran with it.
Love it. I got to start traveling my readers. Tommy's Tavern Tap.com. There it is. Tommy's Tavern. I get my wife always yells at me when we go out to dinner. I'm like, I can't read. She's like,
you must live in my house too. I got the same wife, I think.
Giants fan, Jets fan?
Giants fan.
All right, so we got two right there. How do you feel about the tush push?
Let's talk about Villanova football.
I love
Thanks,
it.
Chris. I've been getting beat up on this side of the table all day. I appreciate the help.
No, it's great.
I got a question. Saturday like this, awesome college football slate. We go to Tommy's Tavern and Tap. All TVs on, college football galore.
So, 30, 40 TVs in every single location. And what's awesome about our menu is no matter who you're going with, everybody will be happy. We have sushi, coal-fired pizza,
wow.
burgers. We have award-winning wings that are different than anywhere else you'll have them. They're baked in our coal-fired ovens with caramelized onions and Italian long hot peppers.
Man.
You're not going to have a wing anywhere like it.
A wing?
A wing.
Wow. I'm a wing connoisseur.
And we're not talking small wings. We're talking
Jumbo.
10 wings is a meal plus.
And do we got Michelob Ultra there?
We got Mick Ultra, Miller Lite, Bud
Are they a
Light.
sponsor?
Well, I live with 5 other guys about 10 minutes away, so we'll have to find our way over
We
there
will make
one
the
night.
trip out there.
Sean might be a wing connoisseur. I'm just a food connoisseur, so it's just, I cover it all.
Well, I mean, that's what we always said. Part of our secret sauce is, what makes us so great is you're going on a date night with the wife. You're bringing the family and kids. You're going out with the boys for Saturday night college football, Sunday football. No matter who you're with, everybody's going to be happy. You can take the wife and kids, grab a pizza, glass of wine, and kids meals for the kids. You can have, burgers with the guys, no matter what it is. Sushi for girls' night. Everybody's always going to be happy with what we're offering, and everything is executed fantastically.
That is 256 Mall Boulevard. Mall Boulevard. Everybody knows where that is. In King of Prussia, Tommy's Tavern Tap.com. Check them out on socials at Tommy's Tavern Tap as well. Jersey, New York, Delaware, and now Pennsylvania. Chris, before we get out of here, your thoughts tomorrow. Giants, Chargers, 6.5. Jackson Dart
all day.
Yep.
We're covering.
We're
covering.
Outright?
6.5 in the over.
That's an entrepreneur, me just a negative sports guy. Chris, give us that opening date again. When you guys open?
October 8th.
Be there, guys.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Absolutely. Definitely will be. We'll be bringing he lives at a place we call the Hector House with 5 other dudes. We'll be there. Trust me. They won't need sushi. I promise you that. Chris, thank you very much for stopping by. Obviously, we're up against kickoff. We're going to hand things off to Ryan Fannin for our pregame show that is getting started here in 8 minutes. But before we do so, you got a prediction here? William & Mary and Villanova, final score?
No, final score, Nova 31, William & Mary 14.
Nova covers in a big way.
I
Steve
like
Pannone,
that.
put a bow.
I'm going to go a little closer. I got the Cats 27-20.
27-20, also a cover. Ryan Beef Coyle.
27-24. Big special teams play late by the Cats to win it.
Yeah, I think another monster day for Mr. Abbott. So I'm going to go with the Cats righting the wrongs after the past 2 weeks. 30-plus point performance by the Cats. They cover 30-21-ish, somewhere around that ball yard. We'll see what happens. Steve, it's been a blast as always.
Thanks, Sean. I really appreciate making time for me. I'm going to sneak out and run up and looking forward to doing the game today.
You're the best. Chris, hey, man, thank you very much, and good
Thanks
luck.
for having us.
Good luck once
we
again.
look forward to hosting you next time at our restaurant.
We'll do, absolutely. Tommy's Tavern, tap.com. Beef, great job as always. Let's go break this bad boy down. Enjoy the football game. Once again, we're going to hand things off. Pre-game coverage getting started coming up right here on Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia at 3 p.m. Ryan Fannin in the booth. Kickoff at 3:30. Once again, Villanova and William & Mary. Special thank you to Nino, of course, Travis, all my people over at Playfly. Thank you very much to John Jansen behind the scenes. Great job there. Ryan Fannin joining us. Steve, you're the best. Steve Pannone, you're the best. Head coach Mark Ferrante, head coach Denise Dillon stopped by, and a couple of her players as well. So many great guests. Of course, an awesome afternoon as always here at Villanova. I'm Sean Brace. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Go Cats. Don't touch that dial.
Back to school time means more traffic on the roads. Streets are packed and accidents are up on the rise. If you or a loved one are involved in any accident whatsoever, Uber, Lyft accident, car wreck, slip and fall, only one man to call. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Call my man Big Al. no fee until Big Al wins, and that's what exactly he does. Once again, 1-800-HURT-123. Call Big Al today.
Do you own or manage a business here in Philadelphia? Are you unsure where to start when it comes to advertising? Well, here's a surprise. Fox Sports The Gambler, your local iHeart station, is the one place you can get it all. Hey, it's Sean Brace, and we can help with everything from radio and podcast ads to social media and digital. And we can even get local voices like mine spreading the word about your business. So if you're looking for someone to take care of it all, do yourself a favor right now. Call 844-844-iHeart or